Hi and welcome back to this channel. A couple of days ago, I made a video in which I gave you a list of 10 reasons why you should become a software engineer. Now, in this video, I will talk to you about 10 steps you can take in order to realize your dream of becoming a software engineer. Let me begin by saying that software engineering is a dynamic profession that continues to undergo major changes because of the advance and discoveries of new technologies. This dynamic nature of software engineering is interesting because it provides a lot of entry points into the profession, justifying the fact that there is no single path to becoming a software engineer. In fact, if you meet software engineers today, each one of them will probably tell you a different story on how they ended up becoming software engineers. Some may tell you that they had to go to university and studied software engineering, while others will tell you that they never studied software engineering in school. Even though there are various paths to follow in becoming a software engineer, in this video I would like to talk to you about some of the most generic steps you can take in order to accomplish your dream of becoming a software engineer. Step number 1. Have a goal and don't give up on it. In your journey to becoming a software engineer, you will definitely find and deal with difficulties, but you should not let these difficulties demotivate you to the point of preventing you to realize your goal. That's why it is very important to not only have a goal, but you should be able to stick to it. That's what will drive you forward whenever things become tough along the way. Also keep in mind that your goal will determine the efforts you will put in during your learning process. A person whose goal is to become a software developer, for example, and work at a big tech company like Google or Facebook will not put in the same effort compared to some other guy who is learning programming just for fun. So you need to focus on your goal and stick to it no matter what happens. Step number 2. Choose a good programming language to learn. It is true that a software engineer job is not exclusively focused on coding. However, coding is the major activity that characterizes software engineering. That being said, as a software engineer, you should at least know how to code in a couple of programming languages and be able to demonstrate a deeper understanding on how these programming languages function. Sometimes, when you are just starting out, it can be very difficult to decide which programming language you should learn. This is mostly due to the fact that there are so many programming languages out there. However, I would recommend that you do a little research on the various programming languages and pick one of them on which you will focus. Because once you have learned and mastered one programming language, it will be much more easier for you to transition to another one. For most experienced developers, Java programming language is the best language to start your journey with. Step number 3. Earn a degree in computer science. As I said at the beginning, going to university to study computer science or software engineering or any other related courses can be one of the steps you can take. Majoring in computer science will give you the opportunity to learn some of the most useful theoretical knowledge on topics like data structures, algorithms, and these theoretical knowledge would be necessary for developing good applications or software. Also, during interviews, you will usually be asked questions on these theoretical concepts, and that's when all the knowledge you have acquired in the university will become needed and useful. Step number 4. Practice more. Having a computer science degree alone cannot make you a good software engineer. In university, you will mostly learn about the theories about developing software, but what really matters in the job market is the practice. Are you really able to put into practice all the theories you have learned in a real software development project? That's why you need to supplement your studies by spending much time coding or learning how to code real software. You can do that by attending boot camps, for example, or doing internships, watching videos online, or even building your own software projects. Always remember that practice makes perfect. Step number 5. Learn to work with tools that real software developers use. This is important and will help you transition well into a full-time role as a software developer. You will adapt much quicker once you are in a real job position. Today, thanks to the internet, you can find most of these tools online, and there are even online courses that can teach you how to use these tools from start to finish. Step number 6. Read code written by experienced developers. By reading code written by experienced developers, you learn a lot. It enables you to understand how a program works, how to use software development concepts in real projects, or even which approach to take when dealing with bugs and errors. You can have access to other developers' content on the internet or by going to websites like GitHub repository and looking through their documentations. Step number 7. Join a community of software engineers. Learning to code can be very difficult and cumbersome. Sometimes you would even want to quit, but being surrounded by like-minded people can be super encouraging, because having a community means that you get a group of people you can always rely on, you can call on whenever you get stuck or need motivation. There are various software engineer communities online that are more than willing to accept you. All you have to do is search for them online and register to the ones that align with your expectations. Also, being part of a community helps you cultivate a rich professional tech network. This will be very helpful and useful when you will be looking for a job. Step number 8. Build real coding project. During an interview for a role of a software engineer, you will definitely be asked if you have a portfolio of real coding projects. So do not just sit around and watch videos or attend boot camps or classes, but practice, take up challenges, and work on software ideas you may have. By doing this, you will encounter challenges and get stuck sometimes, but do not worry, it's all part of the learning process. Even confirmed software developers get stuck, so you are not alone in this. Sometimes the best way to become an expert in a field is by trying, making mistakes, and solving problems. Step number 9. Prepare for the interviews. If your goal is to work as a software engineer in a company, rest assured that you will certainly go through a recruitment process, and one of the crucial steps in that process is the interview. Depending on the companies, you may end up enduring a series of interviews and hands-on tests before being accepted for a job position. You'll be asked technical and behavioral questions, or sometimes you'll be asked to build a project or work on coding challenges, or describe how you have handled difficult situations in the past. That is the reason why you need preparation. It all starts with you having a nicely designed CV where you will kind of market yourself by pointing out your competencies, your accomplishments, your projects, and your aspirations. Apart from the CV, most of times you will also need a cover letter. There you will have the opportunity to describe your motivation in order to get the recruiter's attention and make a good impression of yourself. Finally, make sure that you have built and maintained a good online presence on social media so that whenever the recruiters Google your name, they will directly form a good impression of you. Step number 10, accept the job offer. After you have demonstrated that you have the skills and competencies requested for the job position, you will be offered a job. So all you have to do is to analyze the offer and accept it if and only if it suits your career goals and expectations. Now, congratulations on becoming a software engineer, and note that this is just the end of the beginning of your journey as a software developer. So guys, I hope this video was informative, and thanks for viewing. Please don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to this channel in order to get more videos like this one. Let's meet in the next one.